This week in comic books in the lands of DC, for some reason, Aquaman and Flash have to join forces as being the only people that can stop an invading alien army. And they also argue with their wives a lot. I'm going to give you, some of you young men out there, some marriage advice. Definitely want to hang out for that. Over in the land of Marvel, Punisher War Journal Blitz comes out, and it's everything you want it to be. It's everything you want it to be. And in the land of independence, I have a very special surprise, very special cover by a very important member of our community that stepped forward and gave us something really cool. And I want to share it with you. That and a whole bunch of other comic books. Let's hit a quick intro and jump into it. Hey, what's going on, you wonderful weirdos? I want to welcome you back to the channel where we talk about comic books, the good, the bad, and just the outright woo-woo. And we kind of break them all down for you from my picks this week. Definitely don't forget to leave a comment down below. What did you think about the comic books you picked up? Was there anything interesting? Is there something that I'm missing that I should be reading? Definitely let me know down below. I'll be happy to take a look at those. And I always respond to comments. I always respond to comments. So let's jump into comics this week. Let's start off with DC Void Song. So this is interesting. Aliens are coming to invade Earth. Apparently they've taken everything over and just kind of stopped motioned everything. Like, I don't want to say frozen because then you get the cold effect. No, everybody's just standing still and singing a void song. Hence the title. Right? So why didn't Flash or Aquaman be any way affected by this song? Well, because Aquaman was in the Marianas Trench so deep that that didn't affect him, and Flash was going through the Speed Force, doing his zoom thing, and apparently while he's in there, it didn't affect him either. So why were they in those places? The same reason any guy needs to get away from his wife. They got into an argument. Now, all you young fellas out there, if you want a piece of marriage advice and you're fresh to being married, it's very simple. When your wife starts getting aggravated with you and she starts yelling at you, much like the characters in here did, all you have to do is put your hand up and say, stop. You need to calm down. You're being irrational. And then definitely leave a comment down below if that worked. But all in all, we don't really know much about the aliens or anything else in here. That's pretty much the gist of this. So basically, what are we doing with two very different people, right, happen to solve a problem. Now, they can either solve it as individuals and each in their own way, which they kind of hinted at in this story to some degree, or they can find a way to work together to defeat it and possibly even save their friends. All the things happening in the story are pre-Justice League Death, which recently happened. Which recently just happened. So, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to chase this one down. I've never really been an Aquaman fan, and Flash is kind of hit or miss for me. I basically picked this up because if you've seen my Instagram post, I'm working on my own Trident, and then I realized that, I don't know, I think I like that design more. I haven't decided yet. I'll just tell my wife to settle down and pick for me. Okay, moving on. Black Adam. All right, so if geopolitics, right, doesn't interest you, maybe something like international trade agreements would. And of course, if that doesn't interest you, let's go with a med student that has a direct lineage to Black Adam and may have to take over his powers and abilities because Black Adam's dying. Which is weird. I'm assuming this takes place also before the Justice League Death, which seems very weird to me. I don't know why the books are in that order. Like, you'd think it would just be a simple release date or hold off date and line that up a little bit. Why we're getting all these stories pre-death when we already know that they're dead. So I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is an interesting book. I like it. It does kind of play off of some common tropes that some people would see as political. Yeah, I find that to be empty, but comic books, again, as said before, has always been political in some way, shape, or form. That has been a constant since the medium has existed. Also, fun fact, the criticism of them being political is just as old too. So, you know, fair is fair. But all in all, I don't know. It always comes up in the most cringiest, weirdest moments that don't really matter in any real way. I know, that's... let's move on. Okay. Next, we're going to go with Batman and Superman, World's Finest, number 4. This is an interesting book because if you haven't been following this, we're getting pretty deep into this story at this point. It's going to be a lot of back explaining to it, but basically, ancient Asian demon god character, right, has been come back from being locked up by magic for so long, and now, as the title would suggest, Batman and Superman have to take care of the issue, but also Supergirl and Robin went into the past. Now we get caught up to today. Robin and Supergirl find out some pretty disturbing news that has to happen to keep this kind of demon guy locked up, so they shoot back to the present, because that's what you do now. She drops Robin, so he's lost in time. He's ghost, poof, right? Just like nobody knows where he is. And they show up, or Supergirl shows up just in time to help. Are you ready for this? A combined Superman Batman hybrid, because they were able to willpower the ring away from Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, who had turned evil at this point. And that pretty much catches you up there. We did find out one other thing. 1, where the tomb of this particular demon needs to be. And 3, we also find out someone's got to sacrifice themselves. They got to, because the way it seals, it's like locking the door on the inside. Somebody's got to go in there with them. So who's going to be the sacrificial lamb? And where is Robin? And how is all this going to happen? I don't know. And to be honest, the only time I actually even think about this book is when I generally see it. I'm not like on pins and needles to keep reading this, but it's there, and I always feel guilty if I don't pick up at least 3 DC books a week. That's horrible to say. It's very horrible to say. Now I feel bad, but hey, truth to power. See how awkward that was? You saw that. Yeah, that's what it was like in Black Adam. All right. So Moon Knight. So we get this really cool effect in here. Moon Knight has to show up to face off on Zodiac. If you've been reading the series, you kind of know. If you don't know, Zodiac is probably one of my favorite villains right now. He just shines. He's sadistic, calm, cool, collected. It's like Hannibal Lecter with a gun. It's awesome. I like this guy. So Moon Knight's about to bash it into him because he's threatening to kill Moon Knight's friends to release his, whatever, to let him be himself, whatever motivational guru speech he's going to give. And, yeah, it happens. Not only does Moon Knight show up just in time, well, not just in time, Soldier's dead. His buddy Soldier, yeah, drop that body. But when he shows up, he kind of, the past avatars of Khonshu, all the other Moon Knights, if you will, from the past, they're dead souls, kind of zombie Moon Knights. Yeah, zombie Moon Knights come rushing in and kind of battle it up with the other gangsters out there. And then when it comes down to the moment to where Moon Knight, our Moon Knight, needs to do something, just needs to drop that body of Zodiac while he's down, all of a sudden Stephen Grant shows up. A little problem with this. We have a young vampire who's trying to do the right thing, trying to do the good thing. And a lot of murdering has been going on around her. And Grant, one of the personas of Moon Knight, is like, yeah, that's kind of enough. Like, we need to kind of shut this off. We don't need to be dropping this body right now in front of her to justify this rage, if you will. Tell her to close her eyes, earmuffs. Like I used to have, I think we got it from a movie, earmuffs. I don't know. Actually, I hope they don't kill him, because I really like the character, and I'd like to see this be a recurring villain. Maybe even in other Marvel stories going forward. That's how much I'm enjoying this character. It's very, he's not just a two-dimensional villain. It's pretty deep. I like it. All right, moving on. Enough ranting about that one. Let's move on to Punisher War Journal. If you remember the old War Journal series, you basically kind of get the concept of what this is. Only this is while Punisher is with the Hand. That's right, Elektra's the Hand group, the little cult now that have a magical woo-woo demon beast that they worship. These are all kind of like missions that his early missions with them. But we also get some flashbacks of some old school Frank Castle in here as well. In this one, we're going against a character by the name of Finn Furtz. Fitz? F-R-E-T-Z. Fritz? I don't know. So anyway, if you don't know, this is the character that eventually took on the moniker of hate monger after Adolf Hitler, right? So yeah, we're going to get Nazis in this one, basically. Whatever. Hate speeders or whatever you want to call them. So basically, this is just how they just went after the dude and got him, and it's great. This is violent. It's just violent, page 1 to page 2, the 3, 4, and forward. It's just great. Blood, gore, guts, witty sayings, determination. Don't. This is where we're gonna die, fellas. Type speeches, right? That's all this is all the way through. And I know that may not be some people's cup of tea, but when you see stances like this right here, like, I'm just hanging out with my RPG, with my new emblem on my chest. It was actually kind of cool. I enjoyed it. I'm not even gonna lie. Every now and then, I just need just a mind-numbingly violent story when you're reading this many comic books. All right, next, Beware the Eye of Odin. I did a Facebook, or not Facebook, well, Facebook and Instagram post of this, of a page in here, one of my favorite pages of the blacksmith in it. If you don't know, I just so happens to have another channel where sometimes I do blacksmithing stuff on it, along with making other things, Evil Air projects and build. You can check that link right up here. This is good. So we have a Viking prince who believes he's bad luck, he's cursed, the whole 9 yards, because his mother died the day he was born. Dad goes away, and apparently, somehow or another, hasn't been explained to us, he ends up with the Eye of Odin, which in this case is literally an eyeball in a crystal with water in it. Right? So it's kind of slushing around, right? Alright, so, and we also find out that Viking lore and mythologies and tales are all real. And so now, according to the quest law, he has to take the Eye of Odin to the Frost Giant, the King Frost Giant, if you will. And of course, this is a questing story, so they got a quest, right? So we got trolls, we got all kinds of stuff. But what is interesting is he's kind of got this old warrior that is now the town blacksmith, right? 'Cause that's what old veterans do. We all become blacksmiths. I'm living a stereotype over here. Right? He's gonna sign it. He's a little salty. I swear to God, it's me. My wife's looking at me like I'm crazy, but yeah, that's me. And also a crazy female who thinks she's a Valkyrie. Because Valkyrie, you had to throw Valkyrie in there somewhere, and she's insane. And it's just funny, the banter going back and forth, the insane acting, the amount of action in it. I love this whimsical artwork that is associated with it. Where everything's just very clean, cut, dry. You understand everything that's going in it, and we may even have a magical axe in here that is very prominent in Viking lore. I can't confirm that yet, but it's in his hand, so we'll definitely be checking that out. Last but not least, my pick of the week. If you don't know, DJ Links, hashtag Link Squad. Description down below. Did his first variant cover, and I'm super happy I was able to get one. DJ Links is a good guy. He does a lot for the community, interviews people, loves hip-hop music. He's been nothing but a gentleman to me, and somebody I consider a friend. And he teamed up with Javon Jordan, or Illis Illuminati, as some of you may know his rapping name. Hip-hop name? Rapping name? Persona? I'm not sure. I'm not down like that. Like, I'm just saying. I'm just a white guy in the suburbs. But they were able to get out this very, very beautiful cover, and I read this, and I like this. This is very clean, short, precise story that just lets you know from beginning to end. I don't want to review it too much. I definitely don't want to spoil it. I want to give you the opportunity to definitely go check it out. I'll have that link in the description down below as well. But yeah, kind of got the notorious B.I.G. emblem going there with the gold record and this little character right here. And I have a plan for this little character right here. It's going to be a while before we can get to it, but I got a little plan for this. Something we're going to do in the Evil Air. Again, link in the description. Or up top here. Maybe here, someplace up here. So yeah, this is a fun book. It's a quick book. It's an easy read, and it just screams independent. Like you're reading this, and it's just like independent. This is old school independent. So super cool book. Highly recommend it, and it was my pick of the week. Definitely. Probably a little biased opinion on that one. All right. So what's going on? As you're watching this right now, I am headed to Charlottesville, North Carolina for Heroes Con, because I'm going to change that Joker to Villains Con. And I'm meeting up with a bunch of other YouTubers out there, And so definitely you may want to hit that notification bell. Who knows when we might pop up a video or put out a video or put something out there. Definitely you can check me out on Instagram as well. And I think that's it. I don't have anything else. I've talked long enough. Yeah. All right, guys. Take it easy. Bye.